All right, Johnny. So we're still in Vegas.
Still in Vegas
At the 2024 PEI NACS Show. It's been a really good show.
Fantastic show.
Really
busy.
Yesterday, I think I talked for 26 hours straight, if that's possible.
That's right. That's why we can still hear that we're hoarse.
You can probably tell by my voice. Some of the things that we've been talking about, specifically with our products and what our customers have been looking for. Actually, I think it was a year ago at this show. We launched our Pre-Plumbed DSE Dispenser Sump. It's our fiberglass box, so it's a big box. You can put a lot of entry fittings in it. It's kind of different than the loop, where it's still assembled, tested, factory installed, where our customers aren't having to do that work in the field. But it's not the loop system, and we launched it and immediately started getting calls from the big truck stop guys.
The guys that are really pumping the volumes, seeing the traffic, seeing the professional drivers, needing to have good, quick turnaround times for their stations, for their raising rebuilds or what have you. It's important to get in, get out, but do the job right. And I think that's what you're talking about.
So,
Pre-Plumbed.
So I thought this would be a great topic for our episode here at NACS. I'm Ed Kammerer. My good friend
Jonathan Stong. Good afternoon, friends.
This is the Fueling Station. Together we are the Pod-troleum Guys.
We are the Pod-troleum Guys. Still doing it.
Yeah.
Out here loving it.
So, again, we started talking about pre-plumbed dispensers and the advantages of this thing showing up on site. Contractors don't have to drill holes. They don't have to measure things. They don't have to assemble riser pipes, elbows, tees, shear valves, all that stuff that has to happen, in the field to be able to run piping. Where now we ship that dispenser box, all that's done in a factory setting, and it shows up on site. We call it plug and play.
That's right, modular.
So I thought that a great person to talk to this about, since he's here, is our own Justin Eybs. Justin, you want to tell us who you are and what you do?
Yeah, thanks, Ed. It's an honor to be on with the Pod-troleum Guys. This is great. Justin Eybs. I'm a product manager for OPW Retail Fueling, and specifically helped work on with the team the Pre-Plumbed DSE this past year. And what a great project to work on. This was, this project is all about making things easier for our customers, helping them reduce their labor costs, helping them reduce the likelihood of errors in the field. And huge. As Ed said, as soon as we launched our traditional retail version, we started getting requests for HiFlo. So that was, one more step in that direction of helping our customers, both on the end user side and installers.
Yeah, so these, if you think about an average truck stop, man, we're talking about a lot of fueling lanes. So there's a lot of pipe, a lot of dispensers. So a traditional site would take a long time, not only to build from the ground up, but, we see a lot of these are being, what we call raise and rebuild. So if I'm a truck stop, how many gallons of diesel am I pumping a day? Pumping a lot.
Exponential.
So every day that my station is down and I'm not pumping diesel, I'm losing money. So that's the great advantage of the pre-plumb is, especially on these raise and rebuilds, is I can take the old stuff out and put the new stuff back in very, very quickly.
That's right. And I think, Justin, like you said, one of the most important aspects of these sustainable systems is making sure that they're installed properly the first time. So they don't have to come back when they're doing compliance testing. There's not as much maintenance on these products because they were put in a controlled environment, in a factory, using proper tools and accessories that are all compatible with one another. And you're getting a full system. There's a lot of liability in fueling systems, right? So if we can minimize and help these individuals recapture all of their costs and make sure they can be more profitable, then they have an opportunity to focus on what's most important, which is, again, pumping fuel safely for the customer.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Justin. So, what shows the difference between a typical retail dispenser sump versus a pre-plumbed dispenser sump for a HiFlo dispenser?
Yeah. So your traditional pre-plumbed DSE is going to have either 1 inch inch and a half or 2 inch lines. We have the ability to have flex connectors or rigid risers with those 10 plus emergency shear valves. It's going to come fully installed on the job site, ready to go with the entry fittings installed into the sump itself, top attached to the sump, stabilizer bars. We test our shear valve assemblies in-house so that those are ready to go on the job site. And on the HiFlo side, you're going to have the option for 3 or 2 inch trunk lines, 2 inch satellite lines. We'll have hybrid entry fittings for the 3 inch lines. We'll have rigid entry fittings for those 2 inch lines. But then we have, of course, our 2 inch double poppet shear valve for that 3 inch line. So you're still getting, that industry leading shear valve that everyone in our industry is very familiar with.
And all from one manufacturer.
Yeah.
Which is nice because you design it to be compatible and reverse compatible with all the products that you're making.
Absolutely.
It's fantastic.
So basically, it's a retail DSE on steroids.
Absolutely. And I think it's
bigger and better.
It's important to point out that this isn't our first go around with the pre-plumb side of things. Obviously, loop has been around for a long time, and it's something that we've really almost tailored to in our factory. So
2007, Jonathan and I personally rolled that thing out.
That's right. That's a long time ago now. Good Lord.
So we have the same individuals in our plant that are making loop sumps that are making our pre-plumbed DSEs. So that attention to details there, and we take a lot of pride in it.
I think if I can just add to this real quick, I think one of the questions over time has always been: is the entry fitting part of the sump or is it part of the pipe?
Ooh, that's a good question, Jonathan.
And it's really part of the whole system. So together, holistically, you're putting together something very sustainable, and you feel good about it and comfortable. And if there ever is an issue, you're looking at one individual to call, one manufacturer. So I think it's great, Justin, that you've launched this, and I've seen a lot of traction thus far with some of these big markers. And I've been noticing as I'm driving around, more and more of these truck stops are going up because they're fueling, the whole infrastructure. The growth in the United States and elsewhere isn't going to stop, and the demand to pump fuel safely and consistently is, continues to be at the forefront.
Yeah,
absolutely. So I guess we'll wrap that up. I think that was a great segue. We're talking about different things here at the show. Many of the customers have come and they've been drawn to this thing. They see that big 2-inch shear valve. They see that big, 3-inch entry fitting it accepts our 6-inch access pipe.
Really impressive.
And again, you think about it, especially with the truck stops, the number of sumps, the length of piping runs, and just the sheer size of that truck stop, having the ability to have that thing show up on site, already pre-plumbed, ready to go, saving that site days, if not weeks, of installation time and being able to get up and running and do what they want to do, man. They want to pump diesel, get those trucks on the road. Hey, man, we all know the trucking industry is the backbone, the heart and soul of everything we do in this country. Not only moves our products, but moves every product across the country. So we're big fans of the trucking industry. So it's our little part of helping the trucking industry out.
I like that. That's a good piece, Ed.
That wraps up another exciting episode of the Fueling Station. Justin, thanks for stopping in and talking to us. As always, this is the Fueling Station. I'm Ed Kammerer.
And I'm Jonathan Stong.
And we are the
Pod-troleum Guys.
See you next time.
Cheers.